Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel, Trina Talks Secret Source. I'm Trina. I'm a life strategist, numerologist, psychic, and channeler. It's my great privilege and honor to share with you these channelings about New Earth. And this series is from the Egyptian goddess Isis, which is very special, and I'm very excited to share this wisdom with you. Thanks for being here. I hope you find it valuable. This is the 119th channeling that I've done, and as I said, it was channeled from the Egyptian goddess Isis on the 25th of February 2024. The topic she wished to talk with us about is sovereignty. Please enjoy. You are royal. You can be regal. Old models of power show it sitting in ego, flaunting it, throwing it around. Souls like Princess Diana came to show alternatives, leveraging power to assist those in need, the magnificence of benevolence. This kind of power or approach or sovereignty best starts with your relationship with you. You understanding and appreciating who you are and being grounded in that. Being unapologetically you, working from a space of what's my intention here? What's the best I can do? Anchored in values and morals. In some spaces, spirituality, like many movements, has become competitive and a commodity. Who is the most evolved? This is an egoic approach that misses the point. The point is never who is best, who meditates more, who has the most experiences. The experiences are the training ground. They are the fundamentals. It is then what you do with that, how you put it into practice to serve others. This is the highest point. The earth numbers in numerology, numbers 1 to 9, are similar to the major arcana in the tarot, in that it is a quest starting with the 1, building skill, knowledge, and experience, ascending to the 9, which culminates all the lessons before, and now to seek to be the global, compassionate humanitarian. How can I use what I have learned to benefit others? The old adage about the monk needing to stay isolated in the cave, continuing to meditate to hold peace. He couldn't risk being with others and having peace jeopardized. While this is admirable and maybe even a goal for some, it is low-level use of these practices. The true mastery is applying it amongst others. This is why the current trends of your time in social media to present the perfect cultivated image or life is the complete opposite of this teaching. Demonstrating a perfect ideal that not even the subject can achieve is not helpful to those who you wish to serve. Rather, being in community, in real life or electronically, forging genuine connection, being gracious, showing mercy and appreciation, and seeing people and situations to both value them and add value is the spiritual life that we hope you will follow. This is where the real work is done for you and others, and where the real change is required and happens. How you treat those you love while no one's watching, those with less cultural capital than you, those who desperately need help, is the most important work of all. Earth-shattering change can happen in this space. And since New Earth is a grassroots movement, it relies on a lot of previously defined little people to learn about and crack open their sovereignty and step in it like it is a superhero costume, free of ego, but big on goodwill. In the eyes of the divine and all those in the heavenly realm, you are sovereign. You are impressive. You are royal, and you get to choose if you are regal. You have more power than you think. Learn to embrace it and use it wisely. Lessons are being given freely from the cat. You need to listen to 118 channeling for that to really come together for you. And so Isis concludes, thank you, and so it is. I'd love for you to share in the comments what this means for you and what you're thinking about with it. That would be fabulous. I'm so grateful for you joining me here. Feel free to like, subscribe, share with others who you think might benefit from this very special channeling. I'm Trina. It's my pleasure to be here, and I'm grateful for you being here. Sending you all the love in the world. Ciao for now. Bye. Hello, Simone.
Hi, Trina. Great to see you. Lovely to be here.
See you too, my love. Well, it's Friday where we are in this part of the world as we record this. I was thinking, Simone, we live in the tropics of North Queensland, so it's quite toasty here at the moment. It's like living on the sun.
It is. It's very hot and humid.
It is indeed. What we're dealing with today, or we're musing about today, is the 119th channeling from the Egyptian goddess Isis. It was channeled on the 25th of the 2nd, 2024. And this is a topic that is juicy. I think I say that about all of them.
Yeah.
Sovereignty. And I was really interested. Like, I think that this was one of the ones when it came up as sovereignty, I was thinking, how are we going to do a whole thing on that? Like, how much can you say about it? But it was quite interesting what came up.
It was. And even the word sovereignty, it's hard sort of to really know what that means when applied to yourself. I mean, it's obvious in one sense, but A lot of learning.
I'm really a word queen. So I get really interested about what words are in common usage
Mm.
and how words go away and then come back into vogue, if you like.
Yeah.
Like I think about 25, 30 years ago, no one talked about being grateful, and then gratitude started to come into the language. And I've noticed over the last couple of years, maybe even since the pandemic, that kindness is a word that's coming back into the lexicon again. And more recently, I've been hearing the word mercy and merciful coming back in. So I get really excited. And of course, sovereignty is one of the words that has been coming back in for a few years. You're hearing more and more people talk about it, particularly in spiritual circles. And I think it even might have coincided with Queen Elizabeth II's passing. A lot of talk started to happen about sovereignty, which of course we would normally associate with royalty and the royal family, not with normal people like me. I wouldn't have thought about me being a sovereign being.
No, neither did I.
So I love that there is this element coming in, and I love the implications of it. Because once again, there's this feel that for a long time, we've been taught that we are nothing. We are just a cog in the machine. There's nothing special about us. Just show up, be a good girl or boy, do what you're meant to do, get to work on time, do a good job, get home, look after your house and family. You're good.
Yeah.
But you're not a world beater. You're not anything special. And so this change to New Earth, where it is actually arguing with that, I don't know if arguing is the right word, but confronting it, challenging it, going, actually, no, you are special. You are an incredible being in your own right. I think that that's A, really significant, but B, it's so pivotal for New Earth to come through. That shift from I am just one of zillions to yes, I am, but I'm still unique and I still am magnificent. I'm still sovereign. I play an important role just as those around me do in an egoless kind of way. So this kind of adoption of this new sort of thinking is really pivotal for New Earth, because New Earth is a grassroots movement. It's not coming from the power players at the top. There's nothing in New Earth for them. They won't be interested in the shift because it challenges the power base and the way that they do life and how they manipulate others. There's no space for that in 5+D consciousness. So I just get so excited, and I can't tell you, when the first 7 words came out, you are royal. And I thought, oh, that feels good. In terms of acknowledging the goodness and the richness of each soul.
It's so overdue, isn't it? It is so overdue that we take back our power. I'm just loving.
Stand in it. Stand in our power. Sorry, yes.
Yes, no, stand in your power, stand in your light, and pivot around, because and to find out we're all so powerful together, as a group. That power just gets enhanced.
Individually and collectively. And then the following 4 words, so we had the you are royal.
Yeah.
You can be regal. And I got a bit excited about the distinction between royal and regal, because I think in my head, I probably think they're synonymous, same thing, just a different word.
Yeah.
both starting with R and ending with L and 5 letters. AL actually even. But I love that it's a choice to be regal. And to me, that is that being royal is embodying your own power as well. But being regal feels like it's a step above that. It's a choice to be made. Yes, I choose to hold my own.
Yeah, hold that.
So I just loved this so much. And it was so funny because I am being shown lots of old models of power that are very antiquated and certainly not in alignment with New Earth.
I know things seem to be crumbling as people realize their sovereignty. Governments, countries, economies, it seems to be crumbling, and people power, that grassroots movement, we're saying no, no to this now, not anymore.
100%.
Mm,
That there's because when people are empowered and they know their own power, they're not going to be treated anymore like an underling.
mm.
Simone, I had this incredible download a couple of weeks ago. I might have been watching a show on Netflix, The Octopus Murders. It's a true story from the US. I don't know if the subtitle might have been something like American Conspiracy or something like that. And it was a story, a government story, several layers of government doing exactly what we're talking about here, where they present as one thing, but in reality, their operating principles and their morals or lack thereof, there's a huge gap in there. There's a discrepancy that is just terrifying. So I was watching this show on a Friday night and thinking about, the morality of their actions and how they like to keep people thinking that it's one thing, but it's in reality they are quite different to that. And I just got this download while I was watching it, which was revelationary, but also very controversial. And and I'm not going to go into the various theories about this particular thing because everyone can think what makes sense to them. That's not what this is about. But it was actually about the 9/11 incident. And they were saying to me that one of the reasons behind it was to justify that they didn't want to have to validate themselves or explain themselves to people. So to bring the fear factor up, like to change the dynamic from we are the government, you elect us, we're accountable to you. Like that had been changing for a long time, that they were still kind of saying that was it, but doing what they wanted. That's not new. But it was shifting from that myth of you elect us and we're here to do the work for you to you're frightened little children and we've got to protect you because you're scared. So we're not going to tell you stuff that we do. And we're doing it in your best interest, which has for however long, 20 years or whatever it is, has been in play of that. Yeah, we don't have to tell you that bit because that's a secret to keep everyone safe.
Yeah, for your own good, we'll keep that a secret.
Yeah. So going from the transitioning from we are representatives of the people here to do your work and your will to, yeah, we've got to protect you from yourself and from things that are too scary for you.
Mm.
And this is the kind of thing, it's one example of many, many, where these people in power the puppeteers, the people who even are above the government, who are putting them in to do their will. There's this veneer that they're there working for the people, but really behind the scenes, there are bigger games afoot. There's so many of those. And this is what New Earth is actually shining spotlights on, of where all of these kind of mismatches are coming up and going, yeah, this is what they say is happening, but this is the reality.
No, and like the New Earth, the grassroots movement of New Earth, it's the intention there, which governments, it's the intention of what New Earth is.
Nailed it.
Mm.
It's that, is the acronym WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we say we're here to do,
Mm.
and this is our vision for it. These are the steps, and by goodness, watch us walk through that and actually deliver on what we say we're going to do in the most moral way that we can. Like, I'm so excited that morality and values are really coming back into play. And I'm not talking about kind of that old-fashioned, you know.
Probably more, I know, the ethics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
As you said, what's your intention?
Mm.
Like, those three words are such a guiding principle to navigate the trickiest situation. What's my intention here? And I just had a little funny moment in the last day where I thought, as a people pleaser, you don't have boundaries because your outcome that you're desiring is to have everyone happy around you. So you don't think to set boundaries from the get-go. But when you're asking a question like, what's my intention here?
Mm.
That automatically leads to, okay, what boundaries am I going to need to put in place here to protect that intention and to get it across the line?
Yes, and another good thing to say is, what is my responsibility here and what is not my responsibility here?
Yes.
That's the great one as well.
Particularly for people pleasers and people who struggle with boundaries, to start playing with that idea of, yeah, this is not my circus. They're not my monkeys. I don't have to be responsible for everyone in this dynamic.
Absolutely.
And if you're busy being responsible for everyone in the dynamic, you don't have any energy to actually throw at what your intention is, what the high moral watermark is for you. So, yeah, it's kind of one of those dualistic things where you've almost got to choose. Am I going to attempt to please everyone, as ridiculous as that is, because you can never please everyone? Or am I going to operate from intention?
Yes, it's very self-empowering once you get around that dynamic.
Oh, it absolutely is. I love the analogy between the earth numbers in numerology, 1 to 9, and the cards in the major arcana. I've got a feeling there's 22 off the top of my head. Starts at 0 and with the Fool and goes to 21. And how they both signify like the Fool's journey or the hero's journey from Joseph Campbell, whichever fits better for you. But this progression of evolving and working through a cycle and playing with it, getting better, kind of acing it when you get to the top of that, and then beginning again with another theme or another level of that particular theme. So I love that analogy between the two of those. And of course, there's also the analogy in this that you and I have been speaking about, because I'm sure I've heard it before, but sometimes you hear or channel something and it just lands with you so strongly. And I guess it's because I've thought about before, I'd love to just be by myself and be able to evolve spiritually as far as I can go. And then that reality check of it's actually not what it's about. It's
Yeah.
actually about the day-to-day practice of living that stuff and
Yeah.
growing and evolving and others benefiting and others not benefiting.
Yes, and others witnessing, because that's how we grow as well. Watching someone else's story, and you get to watch and learn yourself.
100%. 100%. I mean, it's monkey see, monkey do, isn't it? It's,
Mm.
yeah, I like that. I want to incorporate that into who I am.
Yes.
I could do that. That has
Yeah.
great impact. I could do that quite easily.
I know. I didn't know you could do that. And here, that's a great one.
Yeah, 100%. And again, that's that grassroots kind of thing.
Mm.
I was saying to you that the suburb that I live in is an Aboriginal name, Woolgaroo, which means windy place. And it ends with GURU. And I was saying years ago, I thought about being the guru from Woolgaroo, but it never quite resonated.
Yeah.
And the reason for that, I believe, is we don't need sages on stage presenting a perfect version of themselves and
Mm.
being so wildly escalated from most of us that
Yeah.
that seems unattainable.
Yeah.
What we want is people who are showing up in their authentic selves,
Mm.
going, I'm having a crack at this.
Yes.
I think I did well with this, but this certainly needs tweaking. I could do a lot better with that. It's that honest kind of thing. And, I'm just thinking, because have you started listening to Amanda's latest video on Princess Catherine?
Yes, I have. I just finished watching it.
Oh, you finished. I've only just edging into
Mm.
it. But of course, at the time of this being recorded, in the last week, there's been the infamous Mother's Day photo that's been pulled. And just the hypocrisy around images being edited and what a
Yes.
shock that is just gobsmacking, because I think, how many images do we actually see that are real and
Yeah.
raw and, flawed, showing up in our flawed self, people with toothpaste in one eye and cream in another?
Yeah. I know. I mean, it's certainly unattainable for us, and it's just not reality. It's just not reality for us.
Did you see too that Pamela Anderson, for quite a while now, has given up wearing makeup
Yes.
and just leading a movement in you're okay to be natural?
Mm.
I wonder if she had chosen that earlier, if she'd have had if that would have been acceptable in Hollywood.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't. I think she's done this since she's left Hollywood and gone and to the farm or wherever she is, and having that very natural living on the land lifestyle.
And this is the thing about, we can cultivate perfectly groomed lives that we share on social media. And if that's your choice, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that at all. But what does worry me is that in presenting that your life is that perfect picture, that other people can think, what's wrong with me that mine doesn't look like that? It feels like a bit of
Yes.
a shit show.
Oh, yeah. Oh no, it's the worst feeling in the world if you think you're failing at everything.
And it feels like there's nowhere to go from that.
No.
Like you can't paddle your way out of it. You're just sinking in it.
Yeah, that's it. You are drowning then because you're not good enough.
100%. No, 100%. So I love this. I love this channeling. I love the message about treating people who have got less cultural capital than you
Mm,
as an equal and with love in your heart, open-heartedly and expansively. I love that. I love that once again, it is reinforcing that New Earth is a grassroots movement and it doesn't require you to be a perfect human being. It does require you to make a decision if you are royal, regal, going to stand in your sovereign space. And that doesn't mean that you've got to have pulled that off this afternoon, but just prepared to move towards that
mm.
and perhaps even entertain the possibility of it.
Yes, that's very powerful, Trina. Because the only way is up. Once you get that, it's forward motion.
And I'm just being reminded that when I had a session with the incredible Teresa Voigt, maybe it was about 15 months ago or something like that, she was describing the transition from 3D to 5D living. And she said, for all those people who are in 3D, who are around you in your life, it's like they're in the house and the house is made of glass. And you've got to choose to move out of the house, because if you stay in that energy, you're going to stay in the energy of 3D. So you can walk over to the house. You don't walk in, you talk to them through the windows. It's not about going, you're not 5D, so I'm done with you. This isn't that. It's not an exorcism or an excommunication. It's just about going, I'm going to be engaging with things a little differently. So I'm going to need you to have some space to do you. And I'm going to need to work out what's possible for me now with these new premises that I'm playing with.
Mm,
So you don't get sucked back into it, which
yeah.
for me happens all the time
Mm.
because I'm human and I'm a work in progress. I'm just trying to work out what's possible with this. I don't have all my ducks in a row.
Mm.
So another powerful one. What do you reckon?
I think it's fantastic.
And of course, this one refers back to the lessons from the cat. That, you know, be the cat, friends, be the cat. Know who you are. You don't need to apologize to anyone for who you are. You don't need to convince them that you're good or great or anything else. Just do you. Just keep being in your place of power, calling that in, knowing what you want and need. I mean, I had Dora just screaming at me before. I had to feed her before I came on because I thought she's just going to scream at me the whole
Yeah,
time.
right.
Unapologetically, even when I say to her, Dora, stop screaming at me, she just screams back at me. So, you know, like, I think I am a slow learner. I should just stop saying that to her because it's having no impact at all on her. It's not changing her at all. She is cemented into that. That's it, like it or lump it.
Yeah, in her sovereignty.
She has sovereignty, Simone. Look what you did there. You brought it right back round. Oh, you. Friends, if you're interested in catching up with me on other social media platforms, I'm on Facebook, Trina, as it's spelled here, TREENA, .life strategist, one word. I can be found on Facebook and Instagram with that handle. And I actually wore this jumpsuit today, this navy blue jumpsuit, because my morning post on Facebook this morning actually was about this YouTube channel. But the photo that I chose was me at Horseshoe Bend in Arizona last year. And I was wearing this outfit and I thought, oh, that was the day I also went to Antelope Canyon. And I thought, Oh, I like the vibe of that. So I'm going to bring that into my day today. So I'm all things blue today. Lots of blue.
Oh, love that.
Bring on the blue. Thanks, Simone. I love you. I appreciate you. And thank you to our friends. It's so great to have you here. It's 1 week
Thanks,
till we launch. So that's exciting.
fantastic. And hello to everyone and see you soon.
Oh, you're so delicious. Thanks, everyone. Sending you all the love in the world. Ciao for now. Bye.
Bye.